Hey, it's time at Dish with D. That's me. Thank you for going to this video and making yourself a priority. I am Denise. It is Saturday, and Saturday in this channel so far is weigh-in and WW meeting topic. I am a Weight Watchers lifetime member. I am currently over goal. I am paying to be part of Weight Watchers. I don't get it for free. I'm over goal. That's the rules. With international, it is $14.95 a month. You get your app and you get to go to in-person meetings or online Zooms. I currently do not attend in-person meetings because the one I had closed, moved a little bit further. And honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, 45 minutes one way, it's a lot for me to travel for a Weight Watchers meeting. But if I get back to goal, I may go back to my franchise. Once you're at goal, you're a lifetime member, again, in good standing, and the franchise will see you. So we'll see. I'll visit that bridge if and when it ever comes to that. You know, we don't know what the future holds. We really don't. For me, for anybody. So that's just where I'm at right now. I am about 6 pounds over goal, I think. 6, 7, something like that. I lose count because the way I've had. Let's rewind as Weight Watchers. Rewind the tape. I believe, I don't know if I can look at it from here. I think I can. I think I've had 2 weeks of gains. I don't remember though. I know I gained last week. Let me see if we can get my weight in. Here we go. Alrighty. I had a 0.8 gain. I stayed the same. And then I had a what is it? A 1.5 pound gain, 1.6 point gain. So yeah, I had 2 weeks of gains and a week of the same. So in September, so far it's not been good to me. I'm not gonna lie, it's not been good to me. Well, I've not been good to me. But now, before we get to the weigh-in, let's rewind the week. How did your week go? Because we really should talk about our week, because when you go into Weight Watchers, they ask, how did your week went? What went right? What went wrong? Okay, what went right? A lot of things went right. I don't think this week, the only thing that you could say went wrong, and that's really stretching it, is we were away last weekend. Yeah, I guess a week ago today, Saturday. And in fact, I weighed in a day early last week because I wanted to have the video done because we were leaving for New York. So I just really didn't want to take the time to do all this because we know this takes time. So we went early Saturday afternoon. So we were away from we had breakfast here. That was the last meal we had here. We had snacks on the road, and we had dinner out. We went to a place called Rosie's in Bronxville. Timmy's, you're familiar with New York. I never heard of Bronxville either. So we had dinner then, and then we stayed at a hotel. I can't remember, was it Hampton Inn, I think, which provides you with breakfast. Now, honestly, I think it's a decent breakfast. You know, I mean, some people say, "Oh, it's not the best choices," and they had yogurt, they had fresh fruit, they had scrambled eggs. They had oatmeal. I don't think that was a bad option. They have bagels, they have bread, they have whole grain bread. So honestly, I was thrilled to go down there. And I'm hoping to put a video together with what I ate over the weekend. I don't know if I'm going to get to that tomorrow. We'll see. I have some footage of how I did breakfast. And I don't want to say it all here because I want to save it for the video. But how I did and how I managed. And so we had breakfast at the hotel on Sunday. Brunch was provided at the school. We had a brunch. And I'm trying to remember what they had there. It was a barbecue brunch. So it was hamburgers, hot dogs, salad. So I wound up, and they had fish. They had tuna. I think it was tuna. It wasn't salmon. I think it was tuna. So I didn't have the hamburger hot dog. I had the tuna. I had 2 pieces of tuna. And I'll get all into, I don't think I filmed that though, because it was really chaotic there. But I had tuna, and I had a big salad, and I had a little bit of potato salad. And I had a dessert. They had a cookie, little miniature cream puffs and macarons. So I had that. And then we went out to dinner later that night. Went to an Irish bar. Apparently, we went down there's an Irish bar row there. I can't, don't ask me what, was I in the Bronx? I don't know where the heck I was. Timmy's in Yonkers, so it's around there somewhere. And we went to an Irish bar, and I had a phenomenal dinner. It was Irish bacon, potatoes, and cabbage. And honestly, when you think about it, it's boiled potatoes, it's boiled cabbage, and it's and their bacon, their Irish bacon is more like a pork tenderloin. It was like, maybe it was, I don't know if it was like pork belly, I'm not sure, but it was really lean and it was so good. The only bad thing on that plate was like a little bit of, well, I shouldn't say that, there was gravy on there. Other than that, it was a pretty good, food option. There was nothing fried on there. There was nothing fatty on there. So I feel like, I really made a good choice there. And then Monday we had breakfast at the hotel and we came home. So all that was it, weekend of eating out. So I didn't get on the scale because that would be like foolish of me, because obviously when you eat out, you're just up. You're not up the whole week. You're only up for maybe a day or two. It's not anything tragic, If I got on the scale Monday versus Wednesday, I'm sure I would have been fine if I let it go a couple of days. But I didn't get on the scale at all. But I did get on the scale today, and I'm down 1.4 pounds. So I was tickled. I had 5 minutes before I got that out. I'm sorry, but I had to keep you. So yeah, 1.4. I was a bit shook. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive. But I will tell you, since Tuesday, I started tracking solely in the iTrack Healthy app because I wanted to track macros and calories. I wanted to, and that's the best way to see it, because I could see my better balanced blue bites, and I could see everything, the big picture, and I wanted to see that. So yeah, so since Tuesday, my calorie goal is, I think, 1,375. I have a protein goal of, I think, 95. I have a carbohydrate goal of 100 or 110. I have a fat goal, I think, of 60. And my calorie goal, I think, is 1,475. And that's down to lose, so it says a pound a week. Honestly, I think for some people it may work, it may not. But, well, I guess today it did. I lost 1.4, so I was a little bit shocked. But I really was it was difficult, yes, putting everything in. I'm not gonna lie, me, it's not me to do that. But in order to see the big picture, you have to. And why I like that app is because I could just do it once. I could have double tracked in a different app, and then it would have been, back and forth. And that would have, I think, frustrated me. This way, I'm just sticking to one app, scanning, putting in, and so I was happy with my results. So if you're struggling and not happy with your results, you need to change something. So whether it be the app you use, the way you calculate, or doing something that's showing your macro breakdown. I wouldn't suggest just doing base calories. Like I think I've said a million times, calories are great, but they don't tell the whole picture. Like chips have calories, but they're not nutritionally dense at all. But if you can see what the fat is, what the carbohydrate is, what the protein is, and the fiber, it gives you a better picture. And some physicians, like if you're, struggling and you have different conditions, need to know that. So I've talked way too long on this, but it's just something that I feel it should be talked about a little bit more. And let me give a shout out to my girl, Sue. Sue sent me this. Hey boo, she reminded her of me, so that was so sweet. So Sue, you are a sweetheart. I love it, and it is so cute. I don't even think I have any Halloween mugs. I don't think I do. It's maybe my first and only, and it's pink, and it has little things like that. Just make my day. All right, let's get to the Weight Watchers meeting topic du jour, which an easy way to re-energize your journey. Now to me, I feel like I just re-energized my journey by changing the way I track and what I track. I think when you get to a point where, especially if you're down to the nitty gritty, like if you're not, then you're probably not having these issues. But when you're down to like basic 10 pounds and you're basic, like, for a while now, I've been struggling for a long time. So something had to give. So will I stay with this app? I don't know. I can't make that decision yet. I told you I would stick with Weight Watchers. I want to definitely stick till the plan changes. I'm curious what the plan is going to be. The changes. I don't know anything. If you know anything, email me. I don't know anything. So I want to see what the plan before I decide to leave. And we'll see where that takes me. Remember, we have to do what's best for us. And best for me. It's not what I'm doing what's best for my channel, or I have to do what's best for me and my peace of mind. And you get frustrated, and frustration does not help. And I have one of my famous cardigans on. I'm a cardigan person. Oh my god, I thought the green and pink looked really cute together. So squirrel. All right, an easy way to re-energize your journey is it's normal to notice and even dwell on the bumpy parts of your life or your journey. Taking a few minutes throughout the week to focus these simple steps can help you shift your focus, boost your happiness, and smooth your ride. And I feel like I re-energize just by doing something a little bit different. You know, honestly, think about 3 good things that happened to you today. Small stuff counts. Well, the scale was really better to me than I expected. I honestly did not expect that. I was like, I had to get on twice. I woke up feeling really good today. And it's Saturday, and that's always a good reason to smile. Write down each and add details where, when, and why or how this happened, who you were with, or even what you were wearing or doing. So they want you to journal. Now, some of us aren't journalers, but some of us are. And there's there's apps you can get to journal. There's just a book and a paper. Pen and a paper you can journal on. You can get the fancy journals, whatever, helps you. Some people like to put stickers on their journal. When I did my planner phase, we call it. Oh yeah. I had a planner phase for like maybe a year or two. I'd buy everything and all the stickers. I finally realized that I just don't like to plan. I don't need to plan, and it's not something that I do. So I gave it all away. The planners expired because I got the dated one. So never wrote on them very infrequently. It wasn't worth me spending the money I spent on them. Now I get one at Walmart for $8. And I just basically plan my YouTube stuff more than anything. And everything else I keep on my phone, doctor's appointments and stuff like that. But yeah, and I gave all my stickers to Kim. I'm like, here you go. You make your junk journals. Here's some stickers. Because I had a lot. I had all the washi tape. Yeah. You can have all the bells and whistles, and if it's not in you, it's not in you. That's why I try to say, do you. Like, don't watch somebody and say, oh my God, I want to do what she's doing. I want to do that. But it works for her. It's not going to work for you. It's not who you are. So always do things you enjoy, not something that somebody else tells you that they're doing. We can't be them. And I think that's an interesting lesson. Reflect on how you felt as you experienced each and how you feel now looking back. Let's dive a little deeper. Life can get so busy that it's easy to focus on what goes wrong. I think we always focus on what goes wrong. I remember, wasn't it, it was a movie. It's easier to hear the bad stuff than ever is to hear the good stuff. I think because most times we only see the bad stuff. We don't give ourselves credit for anything good. We're human. But we tell other people the good stuff. So why is it we can tell them what we can't tell ourselves? I don't know. I'm barely registering everything that goes right. Your favorite coffee on sale, a houseplant revived from the dead, enjoying a low point recipe. I found a fantastic low point recipe on Instagram from Weight Watchers that I posted in the group last night. I was like, that looked fun. It was chocolate. That made me smile. Again, if you could find a recipe with your favorite ingredient, makes you smile, it made your day. But pausing to connect with what's good in your world, no matter how minor it seems, can spark feelings of gratitude. It's powerful emotion. Not only can you gratitude shift your perspective to the big picture, science shows it can improve your ability to overcome challenges and cope with setbacks and increase happiness. All things that serve you well on this weight loss journey. Let me tell you something. And I say this all the time, this journey is up here. So if you can have that positive mindset, you can do better. And the thing of it is, we don't have that. So we're always looking at, look at the bad things you ate all week. What about the good things you ate all week? I look at me like, okay, the hotel breakfast was like, but what good things did I find in there? There were really good options. The yogurt was 50 calories. Wasn't the brand I buy normally, but it was still 50. It was yogurt. Like, that was a good thing. It was oatmeal. It wasn't oatmeal I make, but it was still oatmeal, and I'm sure they make it with water in a hotel. So yeah, it's probably a very decent option. They had fresh fruit. They had apples and bananas. Again, a good option. So you have to I had to look at what the positive things were, not like, I'm not bringing my own food to a hotel that has breakfast because I'm afraid to eat it. That just, that sets you up for bad relationship with food. We want to have a good relationship with food. Food is not the enemy. Food is not the reason we gained weight. Too much food is the reason we gain weight. Our emotions are the reason we gain weight because we eat too much of the wrong thing. Like, let's face it, when we're having an emotional episode, we want salty, we want sweet, we want fried, we want comfort food, creamy, gooey food. We don't want a salad. Nobody comforted themselves with a salad. I wish we could. I wish salad could be the comfort. Honestly, when you realize the comfort has to come from other than food. Sometimes that's why we have the Facebook group. Maybe you could put your emotions in there and somebody will say, hey, I got you. It's not that bad. You could work it out. And I think when we hear somebody's positive affirmations for us, then maybe we can start to believe it for ourselves. Don't stress if finding the good in your days, weeks, or months doesn't come naturally. It's not when we don't do it. If we're negative Nellies all the time, it's going to take us a while to get those positive things. We're not used to saying that, especially about ourselves. But think, what would you say to your friend if she was going through your situation? You would not be negative to her. I know you wouldn't. Nobody would. Nobody sit there and say, oh, yeah, well, you shouldn't have done that. You might think it, but you'd never say it. So don't say it to yourself either. Don't stress if finding the good in your day, weeks, or months doesn't come. Oh, I just said that. Just keep trying. The more you practice, the easier and even automatic gratitude can become. The more you may find using it as a tool. Positivity broods good things. A good mindset broods good. Just because you had a bad week doesn't have to be a bad month. Or I should say, just because you have a bad meal doesn't mean you had a bad day. Just because you had a bad day doesn't mean you're going to have a bad week. We can't sit there and fall into the hole of, well, I messed up that meal. You know? I mean, if I did that every time I had a bad meal, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I'd be 400 pounds and I would be, sitting in a corner eating a bag of Oreos. Because I would be like, no, we have to find the silver lining in everything and the good things that we choose to do. And yeah, you might have eaten that bag of cookies, but what good did you do that day? Did you take a walk? Sometimes, is it balanced? Not always, but sometimes it helps. It certainly would help to move versus sitting down. So whatever positivity you can do definitely would work. 3 fast facts. Intentionally pausing to notice the good things is one way to practice gratitude. And the more we do it, the more automatic it becomes. We're negative Nellies, and it's more easier to look than look. We have to. I mean, if you knew me back then, I never looked at anything. People say, oh my God, do yourself, because I have to find the good in it. Because if I don't, I will be swallowed whole into the negativity and the badness. It's easy to go down that black hallway. You almost have to hold on to that rope and keep positive. Practicing gratitude helps us focus on the big picture and increase happiness. Happy people lose weight. Happy people don't murder their husbands, as Elwood says. We just saw that last night. But she's right. Happy people don't murder their husbands. Happy people make better choices. Happy people have time to think. Positive people, give yourself time to think. Like, don't grab the first thing there. Like, if you're at a buffet, and it's a hard one because that's free food. That is, eat all your face off. But what could I do to make that buffet doable? You have to look around. I always say, start with a big salad. That's, big salad is always the first thing you do. Second thing you do is that they have a soup. So you've had soup and salad. And most soups are broth-based. Don't get the creamy one. I mean, if you did, it's only a cup. But I say try to find a broth-based soup and a salad. And then you'll realize you're not as hungry as you once were. And just gravitate towards protein and vegetables. That's what I do when I go to, and I've been to many a Chinese buffet on Weight Watchers. I gravitate towards the chicken that doesn't have the coating on it, the broccoli, the string beans, the mushrooms. And I even have sometimes the beef and broccoli because there's no coating on it. They usually have like a poached fish there. So always gravitate towards something that's more, and you'll be happy because you're eating there. If you're sitting there just eating salad, you're going to be miserable. You have to enjoy. Take your time. Don't rush up. Don't inhale your food. Don't fill your plate up because you're going to want to go back up. So take little portions so you can go back up because you didn't have that much. So like we'd be there. Timmy. I'll bring him up. He'll come up like, Tim, you can go back. It's not like they're going to put it all away. So he's finally realizing that, I don't have to have a pile on my plate because I can't go back. And if you have a little bit, then you can go back. Gratitude also improves our ability to overcome challenges and cope with setbacks. Because why? Say it with me. Setbacks are normal. Yep. Where did it come where setbacks became not normal? It's normal to have a setback because in life, not everything goes forward. Sometimes it goes, but it goes right back up. As long as you can bounce back and realize I had a setback, but it's okay. It's okay. It's life, and life happens. And don't let life get in the way of your journey. You just do life. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes you eat something you didn't plan. You go away for the weekend. You're going to sit there and going away and then sitting there, you know, bringing your own food. I love when people do that. Well, I'm going to, why? Why do you need to bring your own food? There's great options. You just have to look for them. There always is a decent, especially this day and age, there's always great options out there. I've noticed, I'm like, wow, like even at that buffet, like they had yogurt, they had granola. Oh, granola's high in fat, Dave, but you don't have to have a lot of it. I will explain when I share that video what I put on my oatmeal, and it was kind of cool. But you know, we have to live our lives and don't fear food and don't have we want to have a better whole relationship with food, not feel like, oh, I can't. Oh, then you really traded one obsession for another. An obsession is obsession no matter where you look at it. So, oh, but I'm thinner with this obsession. Nah, doesn't mean you're still not obsessed. So we want to have a normalcy is what we choose to do. We don't want to go, we want to be in the middle. We want to be Switzerland. We don't want to be here. We don't want to be here. We want to be right here. That's the safe place to be. So that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, welcome to Dish with D. Hit that subscribe button. Join our YouTube community here. We are positivity. We are weight loss. We are weight loss. Any plan you choose. I don't choose the plan for you. This week I am doing healthy, better balance with a secondary macro counting. You don't know what I'm doing, what week I'm doing it. Whatever works for you, works for you. And that's what you choose to do. Many people here do lots of different things. And this is Dish with D. This is not WW with D. This is Dish with D. So whatever you dish up is your prerogative, my darlings. And you have a great rest of your day. Let me know how you did this week. What went right, what went wrong. Because sometimes, you know, and realize when you think about, when you rewind the tape and look back, you realize not much went wrong. You did the best for what you had, and that's what you look for. The best you can do. Is it perfect? Never is. And you don't want perfection. Strive for progress, not perfection. And me, the fact that I didn't have some of those things up there, they had sausage up there, they had waffles up there. I could have had all that. Oh, I'm away. I'm gonna have waffles and sausage. Would I have waffles and sausage at home? Maybe, but I would use my waffle mix at home. But there, you know what their waffle mix they use. And honestly, I'm not a huge waffle mix anyway. If they were pancakes, you might have had a shot at it. But, you know, I had eggs. I had beautiful scrambled eggs. So I had a nice half a plate of eggs, and it was a good day. You know, we got to feel, we can't, and I did not skip it to starve all day. I've had people reach out to me and say, why do people skip meals? And I always say, I don't know. I don't skip. There's no reason to skip. You know, you just eat good stuff. You don't need a lot of it. If there's negative things up there, you just have some. You don't have to have a lot. You just do with what you have. So that's it. I will dish with you another day. I'm not sure what's coming up tomorrow. I'm trying to see if I can get that footage together. Come up with a little, you know, little montage or something. We'll see. I have a few hauls to show you. I have filmed. I don't know when they're going to come up. I may throw them in this week. We'll know. You'll see them when you see them. So I will dish with you later. Have a great day. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. It helps out my channel, and commenting helps out, subscribing helps out, and being part of this community helps you out. So I will talk to you later, Gators.